Federal Government of Somalia, representatives and ambassadors of the diplomatic community to Somalia, the colleagues from UPEACE, UPEACE alumni, and for the people for whom we are gathering today, the UPEACE graduates of 2025. Welcome all. We are beginning the ceremony with the national anthem. We wish to extend a sincere thanks for everybody who has come today. This is an extremely important event for UPEACE Somalia and the achievements that it is making in the country, and also for the individuals who are graduating, for whom I offer my congratulations. I would like to begin by inviting the UPEACE Somali Director, Dr. Youssef, to come and address the meeting with the first comments. And for those people who need, there is an English translation which will be circulated. Is Abdirisa here? Yeah. Are you able to circulate the translations for anyone who wishes?
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ra'iisul Wasaaraha Jamhuuriyadda Federaalka Soomaaliya Mudane Xamse Cabdi Barre, wasiir-dowlayaasha ka tirsan golaha wasiirada, marti sharafta ka socota beesha caalamka oo isugu jira safiiro, diblomaasiyiin ka kala socda midowda Yurub, midowda Afrika, waddanka Mareykanka, boqortooyada midowda Ingiriiska, Qatar, Sacuudiga iyo Talyaaniga, xubnaha ka socda hay'adaha dawliga iyo hay'adaha gaarka loo leeyahay, Qatar Charity, gudoomiyaha jaamacadda UPEACE Dr. Francisco Arabina Rojas, uqaybsanaha madaxa UPEACE ee u qaabilsan qaaradda Afrika, Professor Samuel Yawusi, madaxda jaamacadaha kala duwan ee Soomaaliya, iyo dadka ugu muhiimsan maantay oo ah ardayda noo qalin jebinaysa. Assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatuh. Iyadoo aan raacayno maamuuska iyo qof walba maqaamkiisa oo mutaysan yahay, mudane ra'iisul wasaare, mudanayaal iyo marwooyin, anigoo ku hadlaya magaca jaamacadda nabadda ee qaramada midoobay oo loo yaqaano UPEACE, ahna magaca loo soo gaabiyo University for Peace. waxaa sharaf weyn noo ah inaad nagala soo qayb gashaan maanta xafladan taariikhiga ah noo qalin jebinayaan dufcaddii ama qalin jebintii afraad. munaasabadan maanta waxay kaloo ku beegan tahay maalinta loo asteeyey waxbarashada adduunka. qaramada midoobay ayaa sanadkii 2018 go-aamisay in sanad walba 24-ka bisha koowaad loo aqoonsado maalinta waxbarashada adduunka. isla sanadkaas 2018 dabayaaqadiisii UPEACE ayaa waxaa laga hirgeliyey Soomaaliya inay xarun ku yeelato. Soomaaliya sidaasay nasiib ugu yeelatay inay noqoto wadankii 14aad ee xarun ay UPEACE ka yeelato. jaamacadda nabadda ee UPEACE oo soo jirtay 45 sano waxaa markii ugu horeysay la aasaasay sanadkii 1980 bishii December 5. jaamacaddu waxay xarumo badan ku leedahay qaaradaha adduunka oo dhan ilaa iyo 14 wadan oo ay Soomaaliya maanta ka mid tahay. barnaamijka UPEACE Somalia waxa uu muujiyey muddadii gaabneyd ee uu jiray oo 5 sano ahayd inay ka qalin jebiyaan arday tiradoodu kor u dhaafayso ilaa 400 oo isugu jira waxbarashada heerka labaad ee masterka iyo waxbarashada heerka saddexaad ee PhD. mudane ra'iisul wasaare marweyn iyo mudanayaal, waxaa xusid mudan oo aan rabay inaan idinla wadaago 5 sano ay soo jirtay jaamacadda UPEACE xarunteeda Soomaaliya. waxaan usoo joognay oo aan markhaati ka nahay qoysas Soomaali oo taariikh ka dhigay waxbarashada. ardayad iyo hooyadeed oo hal mar wada jiyey aan soo aragnay. gabdho walaal ah oo sidoo kale isugu faanay inay midnimada kale ay ka dadaal badan tahay. maamooyin iyo saygooda iyagoo hawshooda qaran gudanaya haddana barbarwaday waxbarashadooda ayaan markhaati ka nahay. waxaa maanta halkaan nala fadhiya aabe Soomaaliyeed oo maanta qalin jebinaya oo wiil uu dhalay jaamacadda kula taliyey. wiilkaas oo hadda meel dhexe maraya oo dufcadda soo socota oo qalin jebin doona. waxaa halkaan iga muuqda sarkaal ciidan sareeye guuto Lieutenant General oo markuu dhameeyey waxbarashadiisa heerka labaad UPEACE ka dhameeyey aan waqti iska dhuminin oo isla markiiba waxbarashada qaybta saddexaad ka bilaabay oo maantana halkaan u fadhiya inuu dabaaldego PhD-giisa. General Garaar wuxuu tusaale u yahay in qalinka iyo buugga lagu bedeli karo qoriga iyo xabadda. mudane ra-iisul wasaare, waxaan si weyn kaaga mahadcelinaynaa kasoo qaybgalkaaga adiga iyo wasiiradaada oo aada horseed ku tahay. waxaan dhammaanteen markhaati ka noqonaynaa sida ay xukuumadda aada hogaaminayso uga go-an tahay dhiirigelinta waxbarashada, iyadoo ay u aragto tiir ka mid ah tiirarka u taagan nabadda iyo horumarka. waxaan kaloo rabaa inaan u mahadceliyo beesha caalamka oo maanta iyagana nagala soo qayb galay taageerada joogtada ah ay beesha caalamka la garab taagan yihiin horumarka iyo nabadda. waxaan si gaar ah ugu mahadcelinayaa qatar alkhayriya, qatar charity, sida hagar la-aanta leh ee ay u taageertay maalgelinta deeqaha waxbarasho ee PhD ee uu madaxweyne Dr. Xasan Sheekh Maxamuud oo isla goobtan ku dhawaaqay oo ugu ballan qaaday 100 arday. qatar charity waxay door weyn ka qaadanaysaa diyaarinta hogaamiyaasha mustaqbalka ka shaqayn doona dib u dhiska iyo horumarka Soomaaliya. ardayda maanta qalin jebinaysa, waxaan idinku ammaanaa dadaalkiina, adkaysigiina iyo juhdigii aada geliseen waxbarashada. waxaad maanta ku biirteen shabakadda bahda UPEACE Alumni si aad doorkiina uga qaadataan hogaaminta iyo horumarka mujtamaca aada matali doontaan. waxaad mar walba xusuusataan in daraasaadkii aad jaamacadda ka kororsateen aysan ku koobnaanin shahaadada oo aad qaadataan. waxaan idinka sugayaa sidii aad uga qayb qaadan lahaydeen hogaaminta iyo horumarinta nabadda iyo dulkiisa dalkiina si ku dheehan daacadnimo iyo aragti fog. waxaan hadalkayga kusoo xiraa in dadaalka wadajireed aan kulligeen ka geysanay oo maanta na soo gaarsiiyey inaan u hambalyayno lana wadaagno farxaddan martida sharafta leh iyo qiimaha leh ee nala jooga iyo qoysaska ardadeena. aad iyo aad ayaa umahadsantihiin.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mohammed Yusuf, for beginning the address today. I would now like to ask Professor Samuel Owisi, who is well known to many of the students as their tutor and their guide, but for us he is also the director of the UPEACE Africa program. Professor.
Go ahead. The Honorable Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia, His Excellency Hamza Barre, His Excellency Mr. George Conway, the Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General, Humanitarian Coordinator, Resident Coordinator, His Excellency Farah Sheikh Abdul Qadir, the Minister of Education, Culture, and Higher Education, His Excellency Dr. Francisco Rojas Aravena, Director of UPEACE, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Mr. Mohammed Osman Mahmoud, unavoidably absent, UPEACE representative for East Africa and Middle East, Dr. Mohammed Yusuf, UPEACE Country Director, Mr. Abdirizak Mohammed, UPEACE Campus Manager, graduates, guests, parents, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense joy that we join our brothers and sisters from this beautiful nation of Somalia to celebrate education as a tool for peace. On this 24th January, which marks the United Nations International Day of Education. Where else than in Somalia would this have been more appropriate and significant? A country which has gone through so much for so long. Considering the momentous nature of this ceremony, let me begin by thanking the Prime Minister, the Honorable Hamza Barre, for making now time out of his busy schedule to grace this fourth graduation ceremony. I also want to thank the Deputy SRSG, the Diplomatic Corps, especially the ambassadors and Deputy Ambassador of Qatar, United States, Saudi Arabia, Deputy Head of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Your presence here today is a testament to the value you place in education as a tool to bring about global peace. I want to also thank the rector who is making his third trip to Somalia and to Africa, all the way from Costa Rica in Central America to preside over the fourth graduation of Africa. Today's graduation ceremony is a culmination of 7 years of toil, tears, and sweat put in by the leadership of UPEACE. Mr. Rector, your leadership at the helm of this unique global institution, established through United Nations General Assembly Resolution 3555 of 5th December 1980, has seen the institution not only stabilize, but thrived and blossomed in the implementation of its mandate. While UPEACE Africa Regional Program was established in 2002 in Geneva and Addis in 2005, it only started implementing academic programs in 2016, beginning with the master's program training Uganda Police Force, some of whom are valiantly serving here in Somalia. And later in 2018, when we established the Somalia campus, now named Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud Campus. Today's graduation in Somalia is significant for two reasons. It is a testament to the fact that Somalia is back to its feet. Initially, discussions of coming to Somalia evoked perceptions of fear and insecurity. But today, and for the fourth time, students from many other countries are trooping into Somalia to accept their UPEACE qualifications. Second, it is an affirmation of the seriousness of the Somali government led by His Excellency Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and his very able Prime Minister, Honorable Hamza Barre, to ensure that they leave Somalia better than they found it. In this regard, their support for UPEACE programs through the Dr. Hassan Sheikh Mohamud Doctoral Scholarship, which will see the production of 100 doctoral graduates in the next couple of years. Your Excellencies, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, while UPEACE is deploying education as a tool for peace, we are producing the unique type of men and women whom Somalia, Africa, and the world needs to make it a better place. Mr. Prime Minister, with this graduation, we are placing at your disposal the following experts. In the area of intergovernmental relations, we are placing Abdul Wahid Ibrahim Ahmed and Abdul Qadir Sheikh Nu alias Sidi at your disposal. In the area of e-government procurement, we are placing Mohammed Mohammed at your disposal as an expert. In the area of effective counterterrorism, we are placing Mohammed, General Gara at your disposal. In the area of the contribution of real estate development, which we see a lot happening in Mogadishu, we are placing Abdi Hakim Ibrahim Hassan at your disposal. In the area of evaluating food security, and it linked to socioeconomic development, Mr. Mohamed Ibrahim Noor is there for you. In the area of challenges in implementing fiscal federalism, we have Dr. Saliman Umar at your disposal. And in many other areas, we have Abdulkadir Dahi Mualim, Ali Adji Aden, Ahmed Abdi Mohamed, Omar Haji, Ahmed Abdul Kadir, Abubakar, and Abdul Hakim Osman Ali. Mr. Rector, in Africa, we are focused on African solutions to African problems. And in the long term, contributing to the African Union's vision of 2063, titled The Africa We Want. In that regard, we have produced a good number of experts in this graduation. We have Jean-Baptiste Tine, who is the current Minister of Internal Security in Senegal, who worked on security governance in West Africa. We have Boma Blessing Simanka, who worked on access to quality education in emergencies. We have Ulematu Keita, who worked on early warning mechanisms and conflict prevention in ECOWAS. We have Benjamin Mwa, who worked on the issue of term limits enforcement in Africa. We have Kofi Henry Sawyer, who worked on enhancing electoral governance. We have Kenneth Abochi, who worked on ICT in elections management. We have Nkong Benis Ukwe, who worked on the limits of peacekeeping in conflict management. We have Abibata Bari, who worked on analyzing the African Union's responses to unconstitutional changes in government. We have Desmond Lilau, who worked on from policy to practice and focused more on European Union's New Deal on climate change. We have Grigory Mwambo Ikome, who worked on administrative governance and the promotion of peace and development. And finally, we have Modou Diane, who worked on management of terrorism in the Sahel region. Mr. Rector, it was the former United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan who said, education is peace building by another name. As an institution created by the United Nations, we need to expand these very relevant programs to ensure a more peaceful Africa. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the world is going through tumultuous time. We shall and should not rest until we see a peaceful and prosperous Africa. We shall and should not rest until we see an Africa that is self-sufficient. We shall and should not rest until we see an Africa that is at peace with itself and the rest of the world. This is our mission, and we are ready. Long live the University for Peace. May Allah bless Africa and Somalia. Congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Professor. And as you mentioned, the UPEACE, the United Nations University for Peace, formed through the General Assembly resolution and is part of the UN system. And I'm very pleased to welcome Mr. George Conway to address us today, who is the Deputy Special Representative of the Secretary General, Regional Coordinator and Humanitarian Coordinator. And in this respect, I think UPEACE and the representative for the UN today, we have lots of areas in common. We're happy to hear from you.
Thank you very much. Excellency Prime Minister, Excellency Ministers of the Federal Government of Somalia, Ambassador and representatives of the International Diplomatic Corps, Honorable Rector of the University of Peace, distinguished guests, and most importantly, graduates here with us today. It really is a pleasure to see you all here and to join UPEACE in celebrating the students who are graduating today. This momentous occasion marks a milestone as we honor the achievement of the graduates and recognize the impact of UPEACE since its establishment in Somalia in 2018. And on behalf of the UN system, we're very pleased to have seen the developments with UPEACE over the course of the last years and this growing cadre of capacitated Somalis who are contributing to the national development agenda as a result. So let me begin by thanking the faculty, staff, and supporters of UPEACE Somalia for making this program possible. Your dedication to the cause of peace and development education is commendable, and we are grateful for your efforts to invest in this generation of students, setting them up on their trajectory towards leadership. You are engaging a noble cause for transforming Somalia, and for that we are grateful. Today we celebrate the accomplishment of bringing the number of master's and PhD graduates from UPEACE Somalia to over, I have 370, but the previous presentation said 400. This is not just a testament to the dedication and hard work of the students, but also to the commitment of UPEACE to contribute to the peace and state-building process of Somalia. Through advanced courses in governance, in economic development, human rights, environment, food security, disaster resilience, UPEACE Somalia is equipping its graduates with the specific knowledge and skills necessary for Somalia, looking towards its future to drive positive change and foster sustainable development in support of Somalia's national priorities. An investment in knowledge and human capital pays the best interest. And I'm encouraged by some of the transformational stories we've heard about UPEACE alumni who are already making significant contributions in various fields across the country. Whether in political, administrative, or educational roles, they're actively involved in building a peaceful, prosperous, and inclusive Somalia, and I'm happy to see the number continues to grow. Somalia itself continues to make solid progress in its development trajectory. As we know, in just over the past year, Somalia gained admission to the East African Community, reached the completion point for the Heavily Indebted Poor Countries initiative, together with debt relief, secured the lifting of the arms embargo, and most recently was elected as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council for a 2-year term. And these all provide significant opportunities in the country that can be best capitalized upon by ensuring that Somalia has the right people with the right knowledge and the right skills necessary to accelerate the development path of Somalia. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today, we also join the global community in observing the International Day of Education. And as mentioned earlier, this year's theme is Artificial Intelligence and Education, Preserving Human Agency in a World of Automation. And this is clearly an issue that resonates deeply with our global society these days. By holding this graduation today, UPEACE reaffirms its commitment to advancing education that not only embraces technological advancements, but also preserves the essence of human agency and dignity. To the graduates yourselves, congratulations. You embody the hope and resilience Somalia needs. You are the leaders, policymakers, educators, and change makers who are shaping the future of the country. I'm sure that your journey has been one of perseverance, dedication, and determination. I encourage you to carry forward the values and principles instilled in you by UPEACE, and that you continue to be ambassadors for peace, champions of development, and advocates for human rights. Your contributions will be vital to the ongoing efforts to build a better Somalia for the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by encouraging us to continue supporting and strengthening institutions and programs like UPEACE. I congratulate the continued and deepened engagement between UPEACE and the federal government of Somalia. It is yielding dividends for the country and ensuring that these collaborations remain a catalyst for positive change across the country for now and the future. Thank you, and congratulations once again to the graduates.
Thank you very much, Mr. George Conway, Deputy SRSG. I would now like to invite Professor UPEACE to come back to the platform to introduce our rector, who will be delivering the keynote speech. Professor.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Your Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia, it is my pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker of this ceremony, who is no other person than the Rector of the University for Peace. Dr. Francisco Rojas Aravena has been the Rector of the University for Peace since 2013. In 2018 and 2022, the Council re-elected him. He holds a PhD in political science from the University of Utrecht in the Netherlands and is a specialist in international relations, particularly in international security and conflict resolution. He was Secretary General of the Latin American Faculty of Social Sciences, FLASCO, between 2004 and 2012, and Director of FLASCO Chile between 1996 and 2004. Dr. Rojas Aravena has been a professor of international relations, international security and negotiation in several universities in the Latin American region and beyond. As a Fulbright professor, he worked at the Latin American and Caribbean Center of the International University of Florida. Additionally, he has been a visiting professor at different universities. He is a member of the editorial councils of several professional journals. He is a prolific author and editor and has published a large number of books, as well as contributed extensively with chapters in many others, and his articles have been translated into several languages. In 2016, he received the Malinali National Award from the Universidad Juárez Autónoma de Tabasco. In 2012, the governments of Costa Rica, the Dominican Republic, and Paraguay honored him for his contributions to the integration and improved relations between the countries that comprise the Latin American and Caribbean region. Also, the Orden de Malta honored him in 2013. One of his latest books, The Difficult Task of Peace, published by Palgrave Macmillan, provides a holistic view on the topic of peace, conflict, peace education, international relations, and regional studies. Dr. Aravena has now attended 3 graduation ceremonies in Somalia, an indication of the importance of UPEACE Somalia to the global institution, which we respect and acknowledge with our appreciation for his delivery of the 2025 keynote speech. Would you please welcome the Rector of UPEACE, Dr. Francisco Rojas Aravena.
Your Excellency, Premier Minister of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Her Excellency Hasma Abi Barre, Member of Somalia Government, Ministers, Representative of diplomatic missions, ambassadors, delegates from the United Nations and the international organization, and also the non-governmental organization, distinguished member of the civil society, academic institution, esteemed faculty, staff, graduate, family, and guest. Galab Ganarsan, good afternoon. Today, we great to celebrate 2 extraordinary occasions. First, we honor the 79 exceptional graduate, 54 master, 25 doctoral graduates who have achieved academic excellence through resilience, dedication, and hard work. The second, we commemorate the International Day of Education, a global recognition of the transformative power of education to build peace, foster progress, and expose the potential of individuals, society, and nations. The theme of this year is linkage the artificial intelligence and the education. Artificial intelligence is changing the world. Your graduate has equipped not just with knowledge but also with the tools to lead, innovate, safeguard the human dignity and ever-evolving the world. Dear guest, esteemed graduate, a few weeks ago in New York, I presented the report of the University for Peace of the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, to the General Assembly of the United Nations. In there we point out the promotion of peace became fundamental objective in the new cycle of international system. This is a strong indicate in the declaration on the Pact of the Future approved by the General Assembly of the United Nations in September. The global order is being replaced by force of the arms and by the war. The war seems to be out of control. Conflict and tension has become the dominant feature in the international system. Wars are intensifying, hate speech is expanding, violence, including terrorism, is on rise. The UN is under attack. The long peace achieved by the United Nations is in question. The culture of war prevails in various regions of the world. We must recognize the peace is weak. The way to overcome this situation is by consolidating and universalize expanding of culture of peace. The danger of nuclear holocaust is reality. The international system is changing rapidly. New global and regional challenges and threats are emerging. We also confront the global environment emergency. The danger of the Anthropocene is a reality. The new global and regional challenge and threat are emerging, which you have studied. No single actor can solve them. All these threats demand global cooperation. Also, political will to associate to face them. The only option is to agree on rules and agreements in the multilateral system. The interconnected and interrelated global system show crises that are perpetuate and demand prevention. Achieving stability, harmony, security society is what is established in the SDG 16, the 2030 Agenda, and in the Pact of the Future. We need to recover peace and global stability. This requires, in the first place, to place the patrimonial of public good as an effective global exercise. It requires greater political will, greater diplomatic exercise, and the end of the hate speech and the intoxication of fake news. This is a great task of promoting culture of peace and non-violence and culture of legality. Also, to prevent transnational organized crime and the malignant use of artificial intelligence with its impact on violence and increasing cybercrime and human trafficking. This creating destabilization in societies and weak states. To promote peaceful coexistence, and the unit is through education. Education is for the peace essential. In 2023, the United Nations Security Council, through the resolution 2686 recognized that the peace education is the means to promote peace, tolerance, openness, inclusion, and mutual respect. In 2024, the Human Rights Council, in its resolution 5517 on human rights and culture of peace, note with the appreciation of the work of different institutions like UNESCO, UNICEF, UN Women, and the University for Peace in promote activities to promote culture of peace. Education is the main instrument for change. In our independent world, only cooperation and development based on culture of dialogue can resolve and prevent conflict, violence, and war. Education, respect for human rights, empowerment of women, tolerance, dialogue, mediation, and the promotion of universal values is founded on it. Training and education to achieve sustainable peace means promoting multilateralism, shared co-responsibilities, mutual understanding, gender equity, and inclusion. The role of education is central in locking knowledge in the demand of the rights. How we can get of this situation of the war and conflict? Change the mind of the people. That is the main statement of the UNESCO and the main statement of the University for Peace. This can only be achieved with education and more education in a long task that we must do undertaken every day, continue day by day with perseverance. This opens the door a new dialogue to understanding the other and seek the basis for sustainable agreements. We will also be able to re-emerge from the values such as fraternity, compassion, solidarity, consolidating freedom. These are the mission of the University for Peace. The University for Peace is a global institution. We have a permanent representation in New York in the General Assembly, in the Human Rights Assembly in Geneva. We train leaders for peace from Somalia to Honduras, from Belgrade to Beijing, from The Hague to Addis Ababa, from Manila to Cali in Colombia, from Rome to Turin. The headquarters of the university is located in San Jose de Costa Rica. The dialogue is central in the peace process. The political diplomatic dimension is essential. Culture of peace has direct impact in the international relations on building trust between different actors. Culture of dialogue makes it possible for diplomacy, international cooperation, mediation, and peaceful resolution of dispute to advance and build plots to predict the general stability in the international system. Your Excellency Premier Minister Barre, Somalia progress in recent years is remarkable. Under your leadership, Somalia has achieved historical milestones, including debt relief, which unlocked new opportunities for growth and development. Somalia is also secured with lifting the arms embargo, demonstrate the nation's growing stability and sovereignty. And now Somalia stands as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council in the next 2 years. Your Excellency, these 2 years will define Somalia's role as a leader on the global stage. As a member of the UN Security Council, Somalia will not only represent itself but also serve as a voice for countries facing similar challenge, those rebuilt after the conflict, adapting to the climate change, and striving for sustainable development. Somalia has the responsibility to bring both ideas, informed perspective, lasting resolution to the world's most pressing challenge, including the global poverty. On behalf of the University for Peace, I assure you that we stand with you. The UPEACE will provide technical expertise and research support necessary to ensure that Somalia contribute to the UN Security Council leave endurable legacy. We hope that Somalia leadership will inspire future generations and security its place as a return member of the Security Council in the years to come. The decision to establish the UPEACE in Somalia in 2018 was not just an institutional expansion of the university, was a deliberate response to the Somalia present need to state building, capacity development, and governance. The journey began with the leadership of Samuel Ewis, Director of Africa Regional Program, whose vision and determination brought UPEACE to Somalia shore. He was supported by Dr. Mohamed Osman Muhammad, regional representative in the Mideast, Eastern and South Africa, who had worked diligently to ensure that this vision are implemented. The UPEACE Somalia started with a single PhD program and 4 master's degrees. The goal was to enroll 20 students, but the overcoming response more than 800 applications. From this view, enrolled in the first cohort, 100 students were admitted and 76 complete their program in 2021, making the beginning of the transformative journey. Today, the Somalia offers 4 doctoral programs and 7 master's degrees, 3 new and 4 is established. On the master's degree this year, like to increase 3 for 7 master's degree in the whole view. Excellency, Premier Minister, I would like to take one moment to recognize an unwavering support of the State of Qatar, the Embassy of Qatar in Somalia, and in particularly the Qatar Charity, whose generous supporting of 40 doctoral students under the Presidential Doctoral Program has been instrumental in advancing UPEACE Somalia mission. Thank you very much, Qatar Charity. Thank you so much. The program launched by the President during their own graduation in December 2022 reflects Somalia's commitment to build robust human capital base and remain hopeful, the 60 scholarship played by the President will soon aware. I'd like also to thank you, our colleagues in the headquarters, for the support of this specific program, the Vice Rector, Juan Carlos Sáenz Borgo, the Academic Register, Angela Willis, and the Communication, Ariela Fernandez, and other colleagues. All this achievement is possibly for an important team. Behind this milestone is the team dedicated to individuals whose efforts make it possible. First, the vision created by Samuel Ewis and Mohamed Osman, but also with the daily work of Mohamed Youssef, a country director, joined with Adbi Rizan Mohammed Ahmed, our campus manager, joined with Sanif Omar Register, Abid Ali Dakren, Director of Administrative and Finance, and the permanent work of Steve Turner, our partnership dedicated to communication and coordination. Thank you, Steve. And also our colleagues in Geneva who put Somalia in the global debate development there. Also, we like to recognize Abdullah Fared as a UPEACE Qatar and Arab region coordinator. This work was quite important. Today, our 79 graduate is the moment belongs to you. To the 54 master graduate, you represent the new generation of leaders equipped with address challenge in governance, environmental resilience, human rights, and peace building. And to the 25 doctoral graduate, you have reached the pinnacle of the academic achievement, contributing original research to address Somalia's most pressing need. Your dedication is more than individual accomplishment. It's a commitment to the communities you will serve. You are builder of the Somalia future, and we have no doubt your contribution will leave a legacy. Please, graduate, express your gratitude to your families, the friends, and all the persons that support you in this journey. Please express your thanks. Your Excellency, Premier Minister, as Somalia assumed its role in the UN Security Council, the world would like to Somalia's leadership for solution to global challenge. UPEACE remain commitment to support your government in developing policies and resolutions that resonate far beyond Somalia border. As I celebrate today's achievement, let us to renew our commitment to education as a foundation of peace and progress. Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, education is an incentive that develops change. It is the bridge that connects aspiration and achievement, and the function upon which peace is built. That the class 2025's congratulations on extraordinary achievement. May you go forth with courage, purpose, and commitment to create a better world. As a Nobel Prize, Malala wrote to the UPEACE, learn, lead, and change the world. If we want peace, we have to work for peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Avena, our UPEACE rector. And as we know in this room, the United Nations for Peace is a higher education university offering masters and PhD. And our natural home within the federal government of Somalia is the Ministry of Education, Culture and Higher Education. And I'm very happy to welcome the Minister, Colonel Sheikh Abdul Qadir, to the guest conference.
رئيس وزراء جمهورية الفدرالية الصومالية مدن حمزة عبد البر صاحبتي إذا قلها وزير هذا صاحبتي إذا قلها قلياش برلمانك ركترك جامعة نبضة قرمدة ميدوبي دكتور فرانسيس أريفانا مدحda qaramada midoobay safiirada kala duwan ee dalalka aynu saaxiibka nahay iyo dadka ugu muhiimsan ee maanta halkan jooga oo ah ardaydii qalin jabisay dhammaantiin waxaan idin leeyahay asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatuhu galab wanaagsan. I hope that many of you are very familiar at least with some Somali words. It's a great pleasure for me to be here today, and this is not the only time I was here, but I was here several times for this great occasion. Waxaan jeclahay inaan halkan ka sheego oo ugu muhiimsan anigoo warkayga maanta uu gaaban yahay maadaama uu joogo Prime Ministerka uu joogo in aan marka hore hambalyo iyo tahaniyad kale iyo laab aan u diro ardaydii ku guuleysatay inay dhameystaan waxbarashada heerkan oo kaleeta ah. Way sahlan tahay mararka qaar in class work la dhameeyo laakiin in researchka iyo thesiska la sameeyo way adag tahay marka inaad u dhabar adeegteen gaar ahaan anigoo og in qaar badan oo idinka ka mid ah ay leeyihiin mas'uuliyado kaleento oo mashquul ka dhigayo. Waxaan si gaar ah ugu sii tahniyadeynayaa gabdhaha Soomaaliyeed Soomaali kaliya hadda meesha ma joogtay gabdhaha wax bartay ee iyaguna ku guuleystay inay waxbarashada dhameystaan xilligan aad iyo aad aan u dareemayo mashquul badan inay ku jiraan da ahaan iyo shaqo ahaanba. waxaan shaki lahayn haddii la yiraahdo maanta Soomaaliya maxay u baahan tahay baahideedu ugu weyn inay tahay waxbarasho. haddii la yiraahdo maxay ugu sii baahi badan tahayna waa in nabadda ay barato. nabaddu waa ay ka gudubtay hadallo la isdhaho kaliya waxa ay noqotay cilmi aqoon ku dhisan u baahan in baaritaan lagu sameeyo la doono habab iyo nidaamyo ay nabadda ku sii waari karto in la helo. nabadda aan raadinaynana ma aha the negative peace oo kaliya dadka inta la cadaadiyo ama ay kala cabsoodaan sidaa kaliya ay ku kala joogaan laakiin waa the positive peace oo u baahan justice and freedom inay ku dhisnaato yacni nabad togan oo ku dhisan cadaalad iyo xorriyad ku dhisan. marka guriga maanta aan joogno ee guriga jaamacadda nabadda ah waxa ay tusaale u tahay aqoontaas. dadka wax bartay jaamacaddana waan ka dalabnay marar badan haddana waan ka dalbaynaa in researchka iyo thesiska ay sameynayaan uu kulligeed noqdo wax ku dhisan xaaladdeena xalna ay u keenaan mashaakilka inaga ina haysto ee daba dheeraaday. aqoontii meeshii ugu sarreysay ama meeshii ugu dambeysay ayaad joogtaan waa midda u baahan in aqoon loo soo saaro ay dadka Soomaaliyeed mashaakilkooda ay ku xalliyaan. haddii aanu nahay wasaaradda waxbarashada hidaaya iyo tacliinta sare anoo mar kale u hambalyeynaya ardayda iyo macallimiinta iyo jaamacaddaba waxaan ballan qaadaynaa inaynu garab istaagno jaamacadda Peace University ee qaramada midoobay. waxaa dowladdu ay amar igu siisay inaan kala shaqeeyo sidii jaamacaddu ay u dhisan lahayd campus ku yaalla magaalada Muqdisho oo ardayda iyo ay qayb ka noqdaan jaamacadda iyo qaybaheeda kala duwan. hawshaasna waa aan ka howlgalaynaa. waxaan jeclahay inaan ku soo dhoweeyo ra-iisul wasaaraha jamhuuriyadda federaalka ee Soomaaliya si uu u yiraahdo kelmadiisii loogu talagalay halkan. Soo dhawow walaal ra-iisul wasaare.
Thank you. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. مدن قدوميها جامعة UPEACE بروفيسورز معلمين شرفت له أرضيدا كقلن جميل اسمانتا جامعة هيربك كلا دوين ماسترز كي PhD دبلوماسيين تا هالكان فديا كسوق الجراي دمان مسؤولين تا كل جين والسلام يا قلبنا أحسن. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. سلام كدي مانتا ومعلومين أو تاريخيا ما دام إنه قد بعد ذلك إنه قلن جميل تعرضي هيربك ماستر كي PhD أو حكومتي جامعة نبضة الدونكا القرامات المدوبة UPEACE وحين تعداد مانتا أو سير الشيء مالنتا وحبرشنا الدونكا وفرصة كوهابون إن نفتي منه مهمة وحبرشنا يدورك أي كل هذا هاي هرماركا بشويك marka hore waxaan u mahadcelinayaa Ilaahay subxaanahu wa tacaala oo na siiyey fursadan aan maanta ku wada faraxsanahay qalin jabintiina. Waxaan sidoo kale hambalyo iyo bogaadin gaar ah u dirayaa dhammaan ardayda maanta qalin jabisay jaamacadda. waxaad muujiseen dadaal, dulqaad, halgan iyo hiigsi dheer. waxbarashadu waa udub dhaxaadka horumar kasta ee bulsho iyo qaran. xukuumadda Soomaaliya dan qaran waxay u aragtaa oo aqoonsan tahay waxbarashada inay tahay fursad ama furaha nabadda, horumarka iyo xasiloonida dal kasta. dowladdu waxay si adag uga shaqaysay sidii dhalinyarada Soomaaliyeed ay u heli lahaayeen fursado waxbarasho oo tayo leh. waxaa ka mid ah tallaabooyinka waaweyn ee la qaaday in dowladdu ay ku dadaashay inay abuurto iskaashi waxbarasho oo ay la leedahay hay-ado caalami ah si ardayda Soomaaliyeed loogu helo fursado waxbarasho, albaabkana loogu furo waxbarasho sare inay helaan. waxaa la kordhiyey tirada deeqaha waxbarasho ee caalamiga ah, taas oo horseeday in dhalinyaro badan ay wax ku bartaan jaamacado heer sare ah sida jaamacaddan oo kale UPEACE ee aan galabta taagannahay. maanta aniga oo ah ra-iisul wasaaraha xukuumadda dan qaran waxaan rabaa inaan halkan kaga dhawaaqo in 60 arday oo Soomaaliyeed ay si bilaasha uga baran doonaan heerka PhD-ga jaamacadda nabadda adduunka ee UPEACE. tani waa tallaabo cad oo muujinaysa inay dowladdu ka go-an tahay inay dhisto hogaamiyeyaal aqoon sare leh oo mustaqbalka dalka door weyn ka qaata. 79 arday ee qalin jabisay maanta uma aha oo keliya farxad iyo xaflad, balse waa maalin ay dusha saarteen mas-uuliyad weyn. shahaadada aad qaadanaysaan waa bilow cusub oo ka turjumaya in laydinka sugayo in aad noqotaan hal abuurayaal iyo hogaamiyeyaal horseeda isbeddel togan ee bulshadiinna iyo dalkiina. maanta oo ah maalinta waxbarashada adduunka, waxayna xasuusinaysaa in waxbarashadu tahay xuquuq aasaasi ah oo ay tahay in dhammaan dadka dunidu ay helaan. waa sababta aan ugu dhiirigelinayno in qof waliba uu ka qayb noqdo horumarinta aqoonta, gaar ahaan dhalinyarada, si ay u noqdaan kuwo dhiirigeliya nabadda, horumarka iyo midnimada dalkeena. waxaan mar kale hambalyo u dirayaa ardayda qalin jabisay, waalidiinta iyo jaamacadda UPEACE, waxaana ku ammaanaya dowrkooda muhiimka ah ee ku aadan horumarinta aqoonta, nabadda. waxaana leeyahay annaguna ka xukuumad ahaan waan idin garab taagannahay. waxaan idin rajaynayaa guul, barwaaqo iyo mustaqbal ifaya. si wada jir ah aan u dhisno bulsho aqoon leh, dal barwaaqo ah iyo duni nabad ku wada naalood. waxaan intaa ku darayaa Soomaaliya maanta ma joogto meeshii ay joogtay xilligii jaamacadda la furay oo 2018. markii ay jaamacadda la furayay, raja kamay qabin inay campus ka raadsadaan meel xarana ka koraysa. way adkayd inay dhahaan campus aan xarana ahayn ama areadan ahayn ayaan dhul ka rabnaa. ayaga oo weliba jaamacad ah oo ay tahay inay meel walba ka furnaato, oo aan siyaasad shaqo ku lahayn ee ah horumarka bani aadamka. maanta laakiin meel kastoo magaalada ka Muqdisho ka mid ah ayay ka rabaan inay campus laga siiyo ay ka dhistaan. iskama iman, waxay ku timid in dadka Soomaaliyeed ay wax qabsadeen, in dadka Soomaaliyeed ay si wada jir ah uga shaqeeyeen nabadda. waxaan u hambalyeynayaa ciidamada geesiyaasha ee Soomaaliyeed ee suurto geliyey inay caasimaddu sidan u ekaato, iyo in badan oo ka mid ah dalka qaybihiisa oo dhan oo maantadan aan joogno ay u dhimanayaan, u dhaawacmayaan. waxaan runtii ammaanayaa oo aan u hambalyeynayaa meel kasta oo dalka ka mid ah oo ay geesiyaashaasi cadow ku bacsanayaan. waxaan u hambalyeynayaa kuwa bari ka dagaalamaya oo aan leeyahay waa mahadsantihiin. waxaad sameynaysaan, waxaad ku jirtaa jihaad ka dhan ah khawaarijta Daacish ee ku dhumaalaysanaysaa meelahaas. runtii khasaaro wuu dhaca, laakiin waxaan hubaa in intiina dhimatayna aad ku dhimanaysaan xaq, idinka oo difaacaya dalkiina. intiina dhaawac xirnaysanaya aad xaq ku dhaawacanteen. waxaanan ilaahay uga baryayaa inta dhimatay inuu shahaadada ugu aqbalo, inta dhaawacana ilaahay inuu u boogadhayo. kuwa beled xaawo ku dhaawacmay iyo kuwa ku dhintay iyagana sidoo kale ayaan u rajeynayaa. kuwa shabeellaha dhexe geesiyaasha ka xoreeyay meelo badan wixii ku dhintay intii ku dhimatay shahaadada allahu aqbal inta ku dhaawacantayna allahu boogadhayo geesiyaal baa tihiin meel kastoo joogtaana dalkiina ayaad base u tihiin inaad dhistaan iyadoo wax waliba dhismuhu ka bilaabanaya nabadgelyada aadna ka xoreyseen haddana aad ka xoreynaysaan meelaha ay ku dhuumalaysanayaan khawaarijtu. waxbarashadu waa furaha saan sheegnay nolosha oo dhan. haddaan rabno inaan dal nabada oo barwaaqo ah oo mid ah inaan dhisno waxaa qasaba inaan xoog saarno inaan waxbarasho tayala dhisno. taasaan annaga naga go-an, waana ku dadaalnay, waana ku dadaalaynaa, waxaana dadka Soomaaliyeed ay markhaati ka yihiin muddadii xukuumaddan joogtay sida ay waxbarashada ay wax uga qabatay qaybaheeda kala duwan. waana sii wadaynaa. haddii 6,000 oo macallin aan kusoo kordhinay macallimiinta Soomaaliyeed ee ilmaha Soomaaliyeed waxbaraysa, haddii ay la digitalize gareeyay wax kasta oo maanta ay guul tahay in waxbarashada oo dhan Soomaaliya dugsiga hoose dhexe sare ay dadku ayagoo guryahooda jooga iyadoo macallinkii wadata ay la soo degti karaan oo ay wax ka baran karaan oo aysan u baahnayn xataa inay iskuul tagaan, meel kastoo ayagoo joogay ka baran karaan. runtii dadaalkaas ayaa la sameeyey. waxaa dadaal la sameeyey in arday kasta oo Soomaaliya ka baxay iskuul meel kastoo adduunka laga soo weydiiyo wasaaradda hadday shahaadadiisu sax tahay iyo haddayna ahayn in daqiiqado looga jawaabayo oo loo sheegayo. dadaalkaas intaa la eg ayaa muddadaas kooban ayaa lagu sameeyey. waxaan rajaynayaa hadda inaan usoo jeedsano waxbarashada sare oo hadda aad ogtihiin in ay wasaaraddu ay advertise garaysay oo ay waddo sidii loo dhisi lahaa guddigii sare ee waxbarashada oo jaan goyn doona tayada iyo waxqabadka tacliinta sare oo ay jaamacaduhu ugu horeeyaan manhajkooda iyo dhammaan meelaha laga qiimeeyo jaamacadaha ka qiimeyn doonaan. deedna ay noqon doonto haddii alla yidhaahdo wax weyn kusoo kordhiya tayada waxbarashada sare ee dalka. mar kale waan u hambalyeynayaa jaamacadda, waan u hambalyeynayaa Dr. Francisco oo asna daalad. annagu maanta jimcay ahayd oo dadku waan ogahay inaad kulligiin ay Friday waa holiday annaga markay noo tahay, marka kulli dadku caajis baa ka muuqdaa. mar kale waxaan ardayda kaaliyo way faraxsan yihiin. hambalya ayaan ilaahay. waa mahadsantihiin. asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullahi wabarakatu.
So thank you very much, Your Excellency. I would also like to invite Dr. Mohammed Yusuf and Professor Samuel Awusi and Dr. Aravina to come to the platform, and the Minister of Education, Culture and Higher Education, and we will commence the award of the degrees.
Thank you.